Shalom, 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 Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Wakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And in this lesson, I wanted to go in on this Juneteenth holiday, right? Now, you got Negroes, you so-called Negroes, right? You going out of your damn mind for this thing, man. This thing just popped up last year, right? And half of you people, half of you damn Negroes don't even know what it is, you know. And it's just another day for y'all to cook out, for y'all to act a damn fool in the streets of America, man. Right? That's all it is, man. Another pagan ass holiday to and a mockery, right? To you damn niggas, man. Salakia, I shouldn't say nigga. I gotta stop saying that, man. But our people be acting like black people, man. That's what I'm gonna say. Black people. Right? It's a clear smack in the face. Right? It's just pure mockery, man. The so-called white man giving you this holiday saying, yeah, we know we had you niggas, Salakia, we had you Negroes in slavery, right? Hey, we'll give y'all a little holiday, whatever. Y'all get off. When y'all get paid, y'all still got to pay taxes to us. You know? Like I said, and Jake, he just look at this as, yeah, now they're recognizing what they did to us. They been knew what they did to you, man. They been knew. Right? They been knew what they did to you, man. So I want to read a little bit of this article. This is from the USA Today. This was published June 17th at 4:16 p.m., which was Thursday, I believe. Right? So it reads, it says, Juneteenth can be our path to a new national consensus forged not by lies or half truths, but by the coming to terms with our history of racial trauma, man. Now, it is full of lies, man. Right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8. Salakia. In Psalms. Might be in Psalms. Right? Psalms chapter 10, right? I believe. Psalms chapter 10, right? Psalms chapter 10, verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Who is it talking about? The so-called white man, man. And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you believe everything that come out of the so-called white man's mouth, man. You believe these things, man. Right? It says, I'm gonna read up. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked, who's the wicked? So-called white man, man. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous, man. His ways are always hard, man. His ways are always stressful, man, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Right? It says, thy judgments are far above out of his sight, man, because this man don't know what's about to happen to him, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Salakia. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right, is got this man's number, right? And he's not going to obtain no mercy when his judgment comes, right? It says, his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, because he believes that he's the superpower. He believes that nobody can take him down. He believes that if anybody tries it, hey, that's it for them, man. Right? Verse 6. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. So the so-called white man is saying he never gonna go down, man. He's proud like that. He's very proud like that, right? Verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity, man. So when he talks, man, it really don't even make a difference, man. It's of no substance, man. The Lord is going to do away with the so-called white race. There's nothing they can do about it, man. But you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you mad 1 minute, then they give you a holiday, and then you Negroes go back to sleep. You get mad, they kill one of us in the street, you get mad, you go out there, you protest, right? Then they give you a stimulus check. You get mad, right? They kill another one of us, right? 4th of July come up. You forget about it. After the 4th, they kill another one of us. You get mad. Labor Day come up. You forget about it, man. It's a ongoing cycle, man. Right? But we are still in trauma from slavery, man. Working in them cotton fields. Right? Working in that poppy seed field. And all that, man. Right? So I'm going to read it again. It says, Juneteenth holiday is America's chance to explore racial slavery and its lasting impact. Juneteenth can be our path to a new national consensus forged not by lies or half-truths, but by coming to terms with our history of racial trauma. Won't you tell the people who you put in racial trauma, right, who they are, man? So it is a half-truth, man. You'll tell us you put us into slavery, but you won't tell us who we are, man. Who we are the Israelites, man. Right? Juneteenth, the celebration of emancipation that commemorates the June 19th, 1865 date when black Texans in Galveston received news that slavery and the Civil War had ended, man. Presenting a new birth of American freedom, man. Which you're not free. The so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans are not free in America, right? Both historically and in our own time. The racial justice demonstrates that rocked the nation last year galvanized a reconsideration of not just black lives, but also black history. Nobody's black. We are Israelites. Juneteenth was already recognized in Texas, the last Confederate state to announce the Emancipation Proclamation, but now it is a national phenomenon, a way for all Americans to come to better understanding a history of racial slavery and reconstruction that never ended and continues, for better and worse, to shape all our lives, man. It's not going to shape all your lives, man. You're just going to act like Negroes in America, man. Right? And in the Emancipation Proclamation, you are considered 3/5 of a Negro, man. 3/5 of a human being, rather. Right? So this is all lies, man. After unusually quick and unedified action this week by Congress and President Joe Biden, Juneteenth will now be celebrated as a national holiday, one that will expose us to the full depth and breadth of American history. So they're going to tell you that they have the Israelites in slavery? So you mean to tell me the so-called white man, he's finally going to come clean with what he's done to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? Hell no, man. Right? And they like to just push it out on the Negroes. But what about the Latinos, man, and the Native Americans? How did you get America? Right? Through the slaughter, rape, rob, and murder of the so-called Native Americans, man. The tribe of Gad. Right? It says, after unusually quick and unedified action this week, right, by Congress and President Joe Biden. Now, it's something up with this because they went very quick to pass this before June 19th. Why was that, man? Why was that, man? If any brothers see this video, Tell me your thoughts on that, man. I think I know. But, you know, I want to hear what other brothers or sisters, Akiums or Aquas, have to say about it. Juneteenth will now be celebrated as a national holiday, one that will expose us to full depth and breadth of American history. This exploitation will be at times painful, but ultimately it will help our nation eradicate systemic racism. No, it won't. Ever since George Floyd got killed on camera the way he did, and that protest and all hell broke loose out here, it's been 5 times more people died right after that, man. And they all been Negroes, right? All been so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. No so-called white people. And they was put in the same position, man. Right? It's a system that is set up to be racist toward you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. America was not built for you. It was built by you. It was not built for you, man. The proliferation of voter suppression legislation that has been introduced in more than 45 states since the presidential elections made Juneteenth a substantive as well as symbolic victory. This holiday is more important now than ever. That's because Juneteenth offers us a window of reconstruction, man. If they didn't get it right, and let me get this right, let me get this straight, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is the one that's running this, man. It's not the so-called white man. It's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua that's running it, man. He don't want this to end, man. This is a plague that has been brought upon you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to, one, show you who you are. 2, for you to wake up, man. And know who your enemy is, man. Are you going to do that? No. You're not going to do that, man. 2/3 of our people are not going to wake up and see it, man. Only the elect is going to wake up and see and know that this is their enemy, man. Salaki. That because Juneteenth offers us a window unto reconstruction, the long effort to transform America into a multiracial democracy that began in 1865. When you read the book of First Maccabees, right, chapter 1, you know, Antiochus, he wanted the same thing. He wanted everybody to come together, forget about what happened in the past, you know, and everybody should leave what they believe in and just come under one umbrella, man. This is the same thing that's going on, man. Regardless, the so-called white man saying, regardless that we killing you in the streets, nobody's getting attacked for it. Regardless if we locking you up at an alarming rate, we're taking you away from your family. Regardless if we kidnapping your kids and putting them across the and selling them off, you know, and making sex slaves out of them, right? Regardless of all that, we got to come together. Right? We got to come together. We got to be one people. Get the hell out of here, man. Right? It says, contemporary issues of systemic racism ranging from voters suppression, because there was a time we couldn't vote. There was a time we couldn't vote, right? To police brutality. I ain't got to say nothing about that. Police brutality, right? And mass incarceration. Who does all this fit? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To racial segregation in schools and neighborhoods. I just did a video about the what was it? Basically, the racial I just did it, man. It lost me that quick. Basically, where these kids were being taught, where so-called black kids were being taught they are the oppressed, and the white kids were being taught that they were the oppressors, right? Because Esau Edom wants to keep that mindset in his nation, man, because he believes that he's always gonna be in power. But little does he know like I just read in Psalms, that his judgment are so far from his sight, right? That he don't even know it, basically, man. Paraphrasing. It says, and mass incarcerations to racial segregation in schools and neighborhoods to wealth and income gaps. Because you make the least, Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you make the least in America. You be at the construction site. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, they do all the work and get pennies on the dollar. But the so-called white man sit there and talk the whole day with a damn clipboard in his hand. He getting most of the dollar. 75, 80% of the dollar, man. You mean to tell me that's not, they don't know what they doing? They know exactly what they doing, man. Just because this place is not your rest, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are Israelites. All have their roots in this era that Juneteenth casts a spotlight on. This longer view allows for consideration of American history. The annual, right, Juneteenth holiday now represents an entry point for a better understanding of the abolition democracy that guided efforts to build a multiracial democracy from the bottom up, man, which is a damn lie, man. And you see the people here, man. You got George Floyd things up. You know, you got mostly so-called black women, right? But these Negroes are happy, man, that this thing passed, man. White supremacist efforts to redeem the South from black citizenship and dignity are parallels the era's racial progress. The introduction state by state of black codes designed to rob black people of the franchise proved to be the tip of the iceberg. White Americans use physical violence to limit black people's access to electoral office. That's right, man. They kill you. They tell you if you don't do this, they threaten your family. There'll be a lot of things going on, man. That's why when our people get in office and they do all the wrong things, we think like they coons or they sold out, which they did, man. A lot of them be scared though, because they don't have the heart. They don't have Yahweh Shem Yahushua on their side. But we, as men of the Lord, we don't give a damn what they do to us, man. We don't care if they take our videos down. We don't care if they can do whatever, man. Can't nothing happen to us unless it's through the spirit and the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. It says, serve on juries and own and cultivate land. Terms such as sharecropping, debt peonage, and convict leasing hardly to do justice to the systemic nature of racial oppression innovated during Reconstruction. So this is what you got going on, man. Esau Edom, he's still doing this, man. You got one side, Esau Edom, so-called wanting to help, and then you got the other side still wanting to oppress, man. That's Satan, man. Play both sides, man. Well, you know, y'all can go into this, man. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but that's just a little bit, man. Negroes, they just, you know, you give them a holiday, they forget about everything, man. You give them a day off and a chance to cook out. And today is actually the day, you know, it's a Saturday. And it's on the Sabbath, and our people are just going to go and cook out and be damn Negroes and black Americans, man. This is what the Most High is not dealing with. You got to come back to the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Wakar Kadash, for doing this, for blessing with the Spirit to do this lesson. Shalom, Israel. Love y'all.